iCan Comprehensive Personality Development Program by S. Bharat Kumar.
So today we are here again to talk about on new topic. So what we are going to discuss about today, sir?
Now, I would like to use the audience for this particular module. But I can assure the viewers that this module will be again useful in their life, and it is going to be a lifetime skill that we are going to discuss today. My dear viewers, let us assume a situation that you have been to a beach to enjoy the fresh air and probably to kill some time or to have some enterprising activities. Now, suddenly a big siren is coming and they are stating that tsunami is just on the way. What normally you will do? In case if you are there in such a situation, madam, what you will do?
I will run away from the place
Why you have to run away?
because some disaster is going to come and that will be very, of course, ridiculous if we stay there. So I will run for the life.
Okay, let me segregate my question into two ways.
Okay.
One is, once when the siren is actually alarming, whether you enjoy or you listen to it.
That definitely there is no space for enjoyment there.
Once when the siren is announced, it is actually not tsunami. It can be for any other purpose also. But can you enjoy by that time?
No way.
Why?
Because that tells that some disaster is going to come.
How do you know that it is actually a disaster?
Because the siren is the sign of some disaster.
What is it?
I think that's giving an alert.
That's what we are going to discuss.
Okay, sir.
Alertness is what we are going to discuss,
Okay.
because whenever you are alert, it means that you are balanced. You are looking for all the probables. So you are expecting things. So alertness is one of the lifetime skill. Alertness is not a soft skill. It is required for the complete lifestyle. So this is what we are going to discuss. Let us take another case, for example. Suppose if somebody is residing very near a volcano, they will always have an alert.
Yeah.
Good. And whenever we watch the news, what we look for the alertness? It is not the BSE Sensex alone. It is not the gold rate alone. It is not the dollar value alone. We also look forward for the climatic alerts.
Yeah.
Whether it is going to rain
Rain.
today or not. Is there going to be any cyclone? Is the fog is too heavy?
Or the sun is going to suck all the water in the lakes or not.
Definitely. This is what an alertness is all about. Alertness is actually a eye-opener, so as to carry out things smoothly and without facing much of defeat.
It gives
So, this particular module is going to be alertness, and we would again like to emphasize that alertness is a lifetime skill. It is not a soft skill at all.
Sir, can you tell more about alertness?
Well, alertness is a skill that normally uplifts any life. It is required for your professional life and for your personal life also. You are professionally succeeding, you are personally succeeding. What more you can ask?
Yeah.
That is why we always call this particular skill as a lifetime skill. It is a self-development skill. At the same time, it is used in both your professional and personal life.
Yeah, sir. Like, it gives us a hint.
Exactly. It gives you the hint
Okay.
of what is unexpected. Sometimes unexpected is known as alertness. We actually don't want.
Sir, why should we be alert or why do we require the skill called alertness in our life?
Alertness is again a skill that helps you to achieve your goal. Let us take one such case as example. Now, will you purchase a land at Marina Beach and irrigate there?
No, definitely not.
Why?
Because we all know that the sand is not fit for cultivation.
Definitely. So, it is not going to yield you the result.
Yeah.
So, alertness is one key skill that is required to taste result. Once when you taste result, automatically it means you are achieving your goals. So, that is the reason alertness is a skill that is required. And it is a most wanted one.
Yes, sir, that's really essential for our life. Where does this skill help in our life, sir?
It helps you to reach more height. It helps you to look beyond. That is the reason alertness is required.
Sir, how one can be alert?
Let us understand the system of alertness first.
Yeah.
Alertness is more like an alarm. Suppose you want to get up by 5 o'clock tomorrow. What you will do? You will switch on your mobile. You will be switching on the alarm also. As and when the alarm goes, what message is passed to you?
That we have to wake up.
Wake up. So, alertness is an alarm. It opens up your eyes. So, you get up, you'll prepare yourself for whatever the purpose for which you have switched on your alarm in the form of alertness. Let us understand the system of alertness, how it works. If we could understand, then probably we can definitely master this art. Alertness is for an event. Okay. Suppose in your room, a snake is coming. It gives you the alertness of what? It should not bite you. You must not expose yourself to the
Danger.
Number one. Suppose you are traveling and it is very heavily raining. What kind of an alertness it gives?
We must have an umbrella. Yeah.
Otherwise, your raincoat must be switched on. Right? So, this kind of event are the one that decides on an alert or alarm. Whether it is traveling or it is eating. Suppose you are eating, too much of spiciness will give you an irritation in your stomach. What kind of an alertness that gives you? Hey, come on, this is not good for your
health. Immediately we go and have a cup of water.
Definitely. So, alertness is very closely associated with events. Now, we segregate the event into two types.
What are they, sir?
One is before the event, how you can be alert. Another one is after the event, how you can be alert. This is how the system of alertness works. So now for a quick recap, alertness is a skill that is required for your lifetime. It is closely associated with events. If you can master this art, this will help you to grow heights, both in your professional and
personal
life. Okay. Suppose how it works in your personal life. This may be $1 billion question. Suppose your mom is telling for the past 10 days that she is feeling something wrong in her eyes. What you will do? You will definitely take her to the
doctor,
eye specialist.
Yeah.
So, the alertness is very closely associated with events. The event is now segregated into two. That what is before the event and what is after the event. If alertness can be splitted in this way, living with alertness is very, very easy.
Sir, can you give me any examples, sir?
I think our viewers will definitely watch either cricket or tennis or football.
Yeah, that is most popular game.
In football, there are about many players are playing, but it is segregated as two teams. A team will be fighting against another team. The team consists of so many players. What do? They are all alert when the ball will come to my place. In the same way, in basketball also. In the same way, the fielder in a cricketing ground will always look for when the ball will come to me. Or he will always look for which ball I can hit for 4. And in tennis, obviously once when you hit the ball to the other court, you will always look forward. Is the ball is going to come back to me or not? If it comes to your court, what you will do?
We have to make use of
it. So this is what before the event. Once when you hit the ball, with what sort of an expectation you are hitting the ball? It is not going to come to you. It is going to fetch you a point. This is how practically we can approach alertness. Now, let us look forward that how we can better analyze this alertness system and what tips we can offer for our viewers.
Okay, sir, definitely.
Right. Fine. The event is segregated into two types. One is before the event.
The other is after the event.
If it is before the event, first thing, we have to anticipate. Look at any fielder in a cricketing ground. They anticipate the catch is going to come to me. Of course, there are 10 other players are also playing. But each one of them are expecting that it is going to
come to them.
This is called anticipation. So you have to anticipate that in case if it happens to me, what am I going to do? So any anticipation will have its own plus and minus. It can happen or it may not happen. So if you are anticipating, you have to look for the probable. If it is a plus, what I will do? If it comes to me, that I am going to catch it. Okay. Whether the ball is going to come to my right hand or to my
left hand.
Whether the ball is going to come or the bat is going to come. It is necessary. So look for the probable. So before the event, you always anticipate. This is the very first step and the foremost step and a very important one. At the same time, what is the next thing you must instruct your brain is that look out for all the probable. Whether it is going to be a ball or it is going to be a bat. Whether it is going to be a wicket or it is going to be a run. Whether it is going to be a goal or it is going to be a self-goal.
Like we should be ready for anything.
Don't look for the possibilities alone. Look for the probables. Possibilities is limited. Probable is huge. So look for all the probables.
Okay, sir. What about after the event?
Fine, let us take the same case as example. Suppose you have dropped the catch. You anticipated a catch. The ball came to you. You have dropped the catch. What, will you cry there? No. First, what you have to do? Accept the result. What is the result? I have dropped the catch. An opportunity is wasted. Then, if it comes to you for the next time, what you will do? You have to catch it. And you have to take two tips. One is accept the result first. Be open, be receptive. Unless and otherwise the mind is open, it cannot work.
Few people will have the courage to accept the result.
Definitely. But result is a result. It cannot be changed. So accepting the result is the one and only way available in my opinion.
Okay.
So accept the result. Then what? Just because you dropped one catch, you are not useless.
Yeah.
You are not unfit. So be prepared. If you get a next chance, what you are supposed to do? I must grab it by offering both of my hands. So you must have that gutsiness. So this is what after the event.
We have to keep trying. Sir, we were talking about alertness. Sir, how this opportunity is linked with alertness? Can you explain, sir?
Of course, that is a good question. Opportunity and alertness are very closely associated. It is not just linked. It is actually associated. Let us see opportunity as separate, alertness as separate. Then we see the relationship. Often people think opportunity is not there. You go to anybody for a counseling or somebody coming for counseling, they will say that I have no opportunity at all. But please, my dear viewers, opportunity is always around us. The opportunity won't come to you. Opportunity is always exist. But we never grab it. Let us take one good example. There are a lot of jobs available in our city itself. But we don't know. In fact, do we know what are all the company that can hire us? No. We only list hardly 20-30 companies. But there are other companies also willing to give helping hand. But we don't know. So how do you say opportunity is not there with that company? Opportunity is there. In my opinion, an opportunity is never lost because it is picked by someone.
Yeah.
Only we
Lose the
opportunity, whereas the opportunity is never
lost.
Because the opportunity is grabbed by someone else. This is what an opportunity is all about. What is alertness? If you want to avail the opportunity, you have to anticipate.
We have to be ready. We have
Ready.
to prepare ourselves.
Shall I approach this fellow also? Shall I ask this guy also? Why don't I ask this guy? Why I am not visiting library? Is there any hint in the library for me? How many times we read newspaper? Completely. Because we read newspaper only according to our taste. So the rest of the things are not opportunity. The complete 32 pages is opportunity. But what we want, we are choosy and selective.
That means, sir, the hint is around us. It is only that we have to look for the hint. It is around us always. And we are not looking at it. If we look for it, then of course we can be alert.
Definitely. The hint is given by many. It is around. Fine. Now, alertness is availing the opportunity. Now, the relationship between opportunity and alertness is very closely associated, number one. Number two, it is availing of opportunity is known as alertness. That is how it is linked.
Okay, sir. Can you give me any practical example regarding the alertness?
Fine. Once when we enter into college, suppose a teacher is coming to our classroom and suddenly announcing that it is going to be a class test. Normally, all of us used to tell, you never informed. What do you mean by testing? Looking for the unexpected is what? Test. That is why this is very specifically known and named as test. So, if you anticipate, you will definitely expect. Today the teacher may come and tell that, it's going to be an exam. It's going to be a test.
Yeah.
So, if you anticipate, you will be prepared. If you are not anticipating, you will only
Lose the.
In fact, you will blame your teacher or why they are conducting the test.
Okay.
So the blaming can be avoided if you are alert.
Talking about the accepting the result, many people may not ready to face the result. They may not ready to accept the situation they may face. How can we overcome it, sir?
It is simple. Often we accept only the positive results, but not the negative ones. Negative one is not the end of it, and positive one is not the start of it also. Because you have to carry on. Whenever you taste pluses, you have to sustain, you have to keep that ranking. That is why our ancient forefathers used to tell, getting the first rank is not the big thing. Maintaining the rank is very tough. So in the same way, positive and negative are the two results that you can expect. But please understand, whenever you are enjoying the positive result, we only enjoy it. We are jubilant. But whenever we taste a negative result, we never learn out of it. In my opinion, negative results are there for learnings. We are only concerned about the results, but not about the output of the result. Output of the result is learning. So, whenever you taste a negative result, accept it. Why you have to accept it? Unless and otherwise you accept it, you cannot work on it.
Negative results may be like discovering ourselves. Here we stand.
You shouldn't get dejected. You shouldn't get depressed. You shouldn't get discouraged. Whereas, you must rediscover yourself. Already you discovered yourself. So what you need to do? You have to rediscover yourself so as to achieve the positive one. There is a very thin gap between achieving a positive result and a negative result. So this thin line plays a very important role, but please make one thing sure, it is a very thin line. So it is very easy to cross once when you accept the original result. If the original result is negative, please accept it. Then take some time. Think that where I went wrong. Now, this is the way to approach it. Once when you adapt it, the next result will be a positive one.
Edison got his success after many experiments. He kept trying. That's how he got success.
If you take all the achievers, they were all alert even when they tasted their negative results. So, you have to be alert all the time. Even let me tell you, even if you have scored the first rank, you have to be alert so as to maintain the first rank. So alertness is not for the people who have tasted negative results alone. Alertness is a lifetime skill that goes completely throughout the life cycle. You have to maintain it.
Listeners, we talked about alertness in this episode. So be alert and grab all the opportunities. We will be back in another episode with new topic. Thank you, sir, for explaining all about alertness and giving us many examples for understanding.